Assalamu alaikum all. Hello and welcome to JK's Corner. A few months ago, I made a video about domestic violence in the Nigerian community. The video, I'll link it up here, but it's a few months ago that I did that video and posted it. Every so often, there is a new occurrence that we hear about domestic violence, and it's usually a man who's it's usually a man, full stop. Let's not sugarcoat it. I'm not saying it doesn't happen to men as well, but it's usually a man who commits the atrocities of domestic violence against women. Women and men are usually, boys and girls are generally raised differently. And when I talk to young girls and when I talk to young boys, I get this sense. So most of the time when I talk to young girls, I get the feeling that they, in their own head, from an Islamic wedding, from a Muslim wedding set up that they have seen or that they are kind of aware of, they find that women are usually disadvantaged of the couple in a marriage. So that means the man is always better off the man always has the upper hand when it comes to being in a marriage. It sounds like all these girls are asking, because I have seen a lot of videos, a lot of posts where people are saying girls are asking for too much these days, XYZ. But I think that is the reason, because they've been raised to believe, and I'm not saying this is right or this is wrong, they have been raised to believe that men has more advantage being in a marriage than women in our culture. So it's making them hesitant about going into marriages. And one of the things I have noticed that could be a factor in this is how we raise our children. I think when we raise children, we raise girls to be wives, but boys are just raised to be boys. What's the difference? When you raise girls to be wives, we raise them to show empathy, we raise them to be kind, we raise them to be caring, to support those features we find in our sisters and in our wives, in our mothers, that we love. But when we raise boys, we raise them to be independent, we raise them to know how to earn a living, we raise them how to be the man. But I think we fail or we forget to raise them as an individual who has to share his life with somebody else, who has to share his life thinking about the needs and wants of somebody else. Now, I am not saying this is the case with every single man. I am saying this is the case with some men. And this is why recently a video has surfaced again about a South Asian young lady, may Allah forgive her and grant her Jannatul Firdaus, who's been divorced, and how divorce was being seen in her community, the isolation she was feeling in her community and not getting the support, all those things that she's been faced with in the community simply for being a divorced woman. And she explained that her husband was this kind of person who wasn't who he was meant to be like when they initially went into this marriage. And what happened, I think, after their divorce, this man drove all the way from his house to her house and shot her dead and then killed himself. Why did he feel that he has the right to take the life of somebody else? Now I know this is in most cases. Yes, it is only in some cases. But do we need to wait till it gets to that point before we do something about it? I think what I'm trying to say is, while we're raising our children, dads need to be a lot more involved than they already are. When sons, and bear in mind that everything I share on my channel generally is my opinion. If you have a contrary opinion, please leave it below for me and I'll read it. I love learning every opportunity. You know what they say about children cannot be what they don't see. Basically, that's our black kids or our Asian kids will not live up to their full potential when they don't see the representation on TV. So now we're seeing a lot more black and Asian TV presenters. We're seeing a lot more of them in advertisements on our TVs. So there's more representation, and this has only been so since, Black Lives Matter, George Floyd incident, all those things. I want to put it to you again that yes, it's true. It is true. Children cannot be what they do not see. So when you as a mom is raising your son to be a good boy, but he's seeing a woman, he doesn't see you telling him this is what he needs to do. But he's seeing his dad not doing all those things that you're telling him to do. It is quite difficult for him to actually practicalize it. This is where I'm inviting our dads to please do more than what they're already doing. Are you asking your sons to go to their mom when they want something all the time? Please, why don't you go and get it for them? Let them know that you're there as a parent along with their mom who is available, who is on hands. Help them with their assignments, help them with their homework. Let it not be that you're only helping them with the homework and the assignments that their mom is not able to do. Show them the kindness that you have in you. Don't leave your kindness to your work colleagues alone or your wives. Or yes, you display kindness to your kids, yes, but let them see that you do it to other people. Let them see that you are a kind individual. Let them see that you are a funny individual. Do not leave all of these things for them to see in their mom alone, because yes, they spend a lot more time with their mom. They need to see a lot more representation in their dad being hands-on when he's at home with them. When these boys turn violent, they probably are, in some cases, things that they see their parents do, and in some cases, things that they've heard or seen or watched online or on the TV. But when they see you as the role model that you are, they see you do these things in the positive way. They see you do things rightly. They see you do things in a way that represents what our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam encourages us to practice with our families. When they see more of it, they believe it, they know it's true because it's coming from their dad, who they are an image of, if you get what I mean. It's quite difficult for a boy to emulate the image of his mom. It's easy for your son to emulate the image, the characters, the attributes of his dad. And please bear in mind, when you're watching this video, my videos are targeted to Muslims in the first instance. So this video is not to exclude any other group of people, but to speak to my group of people. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bye bye.